Olympic torch took a wrong turning this morning near Bristol on its relay around Britain, delaying things for 10 minutes.
But this evening, everything did go according to plan when the Queen's granddaughter and international horsewoman Zara Phillips carried the flame aloft around Cheltenham Racecourse. She was riding Toy Town, the horse now retired, on which she won world and European titles. And finally, you may not recognise the name or the face, but you'll definitely recognise his work. Jonathan Ive is the British talent behind the look of the iPod, the iPad and other Apple gadgets. But today his work was recognised with the Knighthood, and that wasn't his only royal encounter today. Tonight, as he arrived at a party for the Queen, he spoke to Romilly Weeks.
Sir Jonathan Ive, for services to design and to enterprise.
A rare moment in the spotlight for a man more used to letting the products he designs do the talking. And in an equally rare interview, Jonathan Ive, responsible for the look of Apple's entire output over the last 15 years, told me why he was delighted to be honoured.
And I've always felt that I'm, extremely fortunate that I found what I love to do, and that's essentially to be able to draw and make stuff. And so to actually be able to spend all my time doing that, just that alone is fantastic. But to then get some recognition for that is, I don't know, it's a wonderful affirmation of the craft and the profession of design. I am the product of a very British design education.
Speaking this evening at an arts event in front of the Queen, I've paid tribute to his British roots.
I don't think there's another consumer product like this.
It was the late Steve Jobs who recognised his talent, putting him in charge of designing everything at Apple, from the iMac to the iPhone.
I'm good. How are you? Probably the most simple level is just to try and design the very best products that we can. And then I think a big part of that is trying to bring order and clarity and simplicity to what are essentially incredibly complex products.
At this event, to celebrate the creative arts, there are many faces more well known than Jonathan Ive's, but arguably amongst all this talent, his contribution in changing our relationship with technology has been just as great. Romilly Weeks, ITV News at the Royal Academy of Arts.
Tonight, thousands gathered at Cheltenham Racecourse to see the Queen's granddaughter light the Olympic cauldron. The Queen has been meeting stars from the world of culture and entertainment tonight. She's at the Royal Academy of Arts to give Diamond Jubilee Awards to exceptional up-and-coming artists. Sir Paul McCartney, David Hockney and Joan Collins are among the guests, and our arts editor Will Gompert was there.
The great, the good and the glamorous of the arts arrive in London at the Royal Academy of the Arts for a party to celebrate the Queen's Diamond Jubilee.
It's a great occasion, it's a great year of celebration, and it's lovely to be part of it all.
Some of those attending once rocked the establishment, but are now pillars of the community.
My viewpoint is 180 degrees opposed to what it was, but I think she's absolutely great, the Queen. At one time it was like, you too can be a punk, because we put a safety pin in her mouth, but we're much more respectful now.
Her Majesty was the guest of honour. Once inside, she mingled.
To give you a sense of the breadth and depth of talent gathered here tonight, think about the reign of another Queen, Queen Victoria, and who she might have assembled. Hardy, Dickens, Turner, the Bronte sisters, Oscar Wilde. Quite a crowd. Well, the 2012 school is pretty impressive too.
There's composers, designers, actors and writers.
There are all sorts of people who you're just very happy to see. I don't like parties, so I'm rather surprised at my reaction. But anyway, it's a very good party.
So what is it that gives Britain this artistic edge?
There's a vitality and a movement that clashes, that creates, that annoys, that destabilizes, that does things that maybe it will become something, or maybe it won't, but at least it's moving.
One of the highlights of the evening was an official photograph of over 20 dames from the world of arts and entertainment.
The most extraordinary was the group picture of the dames. Her Majesty's dames of the realm. And then I felt like, oh, one of the family.
The Queen has been patron of the Royal Academies of Art, Music, Drama and Dance for 60 years. Tonight was their chance to say thank you. Will Gompertz, BBC News.